Hi everyone and welcome, it's Dora here and this is my eyeshadow palette inventory. So I decided to do this like I did last time and show you the palettes in ascending order from least amount of pans hit to most amount of pans hit. There are some changes compared to January and I will go through them and cover them. I'm probably also going to try and include some pictures. This is a snapshot in time because I am due to declutter some eyeshadow palettes. I just think I have too much. My focus has shifted. Whereas previously my main focus was to hit pans, I am now focused on panning actual eyeshadows, or palettes rather. Obviously that's the long game, but yeah, in order to help me with that, I'm trying to declutter some palettes as well, which is not something that is easy to me. If you're interested, follow my eyeshadow declutter project pan. In January, I had 11 palettes without pan. Let's go through the ones I've got right now. I'm going to start over here. This is XX Revolution Sugar Baby, Laura Mercier Winter Wonderment, YSL Couture palette, Sigma New Mod, and this is a new palette. Revolution Pro Rockstar Noir Edition, BH Cosmetics Passion in Paris, Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This is another new palette to me, Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Well, it's the Sugar and Spice, and there are some shadows from this palette in here. I got this decluttered from Ruth recently, and she added other shadows in there. So it's like a mix and match of different Glaminatrix shadows. This is another one from Ruth, but I think I got that one 2 years ago now. Beauty Bay New Mood. And finally, Colored Rain, Queen of Hearts. I got this one from Louise. So everyone that I mention in this video, I have linked down below, and they all have YouTube channels as well. Make sure you check them out and show them some love. They've got beautiful collections and they're beautiful souls. Here are my palettes with one pan hit. I had 12 at the beginning of the year. I'm now up to 13. I decluttered one palette that had one pan in it, the I Heart Revolution Pineapple palette. I passed that on. But there are also two palettes here where I hit pan since January. I've got the BH Cosmetics Doja Cat Visions palette, the Welcome to Miami by Essence, what is left of the Revolution Jewel Glow palette. This is a Franken shadow, and here is my little pan. And this shadow works really well on my brows. XX Revolution Mint Master Luxe, and here's that pan. September Rose Cosmetics Still Pretty. This was a pan that I hit earlier this year. Super proud of that. Revolution Pro So Jaded. And I've got pan in the pressed glitter here. Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Juvia's Place The Sweet Pinks. I Heart Revolution Mini Match Shadow Palette in Cherry Please. Another one I got from Ruth, Natasha Denona Ayana. Revolution Desert Desire. And I've got a pan up here. Ciate London, I'm a Woman, What's Your Superpower? And this is another pan that I hit this year. And finally, from this section, Natasha Denona My Dream palette. Here are my palettes with two pans. I had 8 at the beginning of the year. I still have 8 now, but there's been a swap. One of the palettes I did some frankening with, so I took out a shadow that previously had pan in it. But then there's one extra palette that used to have one pan and now has 2. Let's start over here. Too Faced, that's my jam. BH Cosmetics Colori Vivace. And this one is by Catrice, and it's the limited edition Tropic Exotic eyeshadow palette in CR1 Tropic Escape. I took a couple of shadows out here and frankened them, but yeah, it already looked like this. I don't think I even touched it since January, but a pan up there and another one here. Revolution Pro Smoked palette. I did expand these pans in Expand Those Pans. Revolution Chilled palette. And this is another palette where I expanded the pans this year. Two more Beauty Bay by Ruth, and this one is Wilderness. And Retro Love. And I've got pan here and over here. And finally, Revolution, Creator Revolution, Forever Limitless Nude Rain. Lots of shadows have been taken out from this palette to franken. I even made a face powder with some of these neutral mattes, and it works really well. So now I've only got 2 remaining pans hit in here, and yeah, I took out another one, I don't remember. I think it was a pink one from over here. These are my palettes with 3 pans hit, and I had 7 at the beginning of the year. I now have 8. That's because one palette, well actually, no, 2 new palettes that have now 3 pans instead of 2. But there was the Nude Rain that now has 2 pans instead of 3. So hence the difference. Revolution Pro Rockstar Nude Edition. And my pans are here and here and here. I really like this palette. I have a backup of it, but it's not officially in my collection. And I recently smashed another palette into this shadow here. I'm so sad. I've got these 3 Revolution Pro New Neutral palettes, and the Luxe palette is one where I hit a pan this year. So this one is the Luxe Shadow palette. And yeah, there is my new pan here in the pressed glitter. This one is the Blushed palette, and I've got 3 pans, Dazed, Carver, and Gala. And the Romance palette with pan in Crush, Obsess, and Affair. This one is the Urban Decay You Got the Look palette, and I've got pan in Endorphin Machine and the Artist and Schocodelica. Here's actually a palette that had a lot more pans, but I decided to franken shadows, finish them or take them out even. So now I've only got 3 pans left. Blazing, All or Nothing, and Fiery, although all of these 3 and these 2 here are franken shadows. BH Cosmetics Do Not Disturb, and I've got a huge pan in Off the Grid. This is probably my favorite shadow in here. Me Time and Don't Bother in the corner. And the last one from this section, Revolution Pro Phoenix. And my pans are here, Flash and Flare and Rebirth. This is my category for 4 pans hit, and nothing has changed here. I still have the same 3 that I had in January. This is another Revolution Pro New Neutral palette, the Passion palette. And I've got a pan in Ductile, the Pressed Glitter, in Spoiled, Mam, Aura. Yeah, that's 4. This is the Revolution Utopia palette, and I've got pan up here in Enama, Aura, and what's this one called? I can barely see that. Promise. Last one, XX Revolution Bare Luxe. Lots of juicy looking pans in here. And these are the next 3 categories actually. So I'm going to kick off with the 7 pan hit palette. This is my current pan palette. Little spoiler, or let's just call it an in-between updates update. So I finished 2 shadows already. That's nothing new, but yeah, I've got 7 pans in here. I mean, technically 8, but I'm only counting this as 1 pan since it's in the same shadow. I didn't have a palette with 7 pans hit in January, so that one's new. 8 pans hit, Revolution Constellation palette, and this is the same one. So I've got a pan in Celestial, Universal, Fractal, Spiral, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, and Night Sky. Is that 8? Yes. And in this palette, Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera, I've got 9 pans hit. In January, I had 5 pans hit in here. This is my pan palette in order. Another in-between updates update, although there's not much to see. But yeah, I've got the whole top row with pan. So that's 7 shadows there, and then 8 Estate, and then 9 in Can. And yeah, I'm working on this one right now. This one already had Pan at the beginning of the year before I started this project. Last time I also had a palette with 10 pans hit, but this is the Kombucha Kiss palette where I've taken out shadows. So yeah, I think from, you know, doing some quick maths in my head, I think I'm still at the same amount of palettes as I was in January. So 2 new ones joined, the Sigma New Mod and the Glaminatrix shadows. But I also passed on those to Ellen Tracy, the Naked Eye collection, and I Heart Revolution Pineapple or Tasty Pineapple palette. I think that's correct. If not, I will let you know here. For completion's sake, I'm also going to show you my singles in magnetic palettes. So I've got 2 palettes here and another one here. I am going to show them to you real quick. These are all Frankens, or well, this is a repress. I'm not counting this one because it's a blush. Or bronzer actually. So I've got those 4 here. I've got some Frankens that I am ready to try out, test out to see if I would like to keep them or re-Franken them, or maybe even get rid of the shadow altogether. And then I've got these as well. So these are Love, so that means, you know, this row is already Franken shadows that I've tested out that I really, really like. This is a maybe, so that's probably going to get refranken. I know it will actually, or I might just chuck it all together. And little spoiler, these were the 3 that I selected for my BYOP for next month, but things might be a little bit different. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't done so already. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.